Hi, I'm Michael.
And I'm Cherise, and we post weekly videos all about personal branding, your career, and money management.
And we're helping young professionals to transform their lives every single day.
That's the Akinle way.
So if you want to get from here to here, make sure you like this video, subscribe, press the notification bell as well, and comment on the video.
And if you already knew all of that, welcome back.
What was that? Cool, yeah. Today, we have a special topic for you. And what we're going to be speaking about is the dangers of lying on your CV. In this current climate where there's a lot of people out there looking for jobs. It's very, very easy to feel pressured. It's very, very easy to feel like you are not heard. It's very easy to feel like you are invisible to the job market or to the companies you want to work for. And sometimes that might push you to tell a little white lie here and there, or not say the truth. A lie is a lie, guys. So we are just going to talk about just a few points today, the consequences of lying on your CV.
Yeah, we're not here to tell you, oh, you shouldn't do it, oh no. But
I kind of feel like that's what it is.
We are, but we're not.
Okay,
at the same time.
we're not
We're telling you
forcing
not to,
it.
Yeah, we're telling you, yeah, whatever. We should just go.
Yeah, we're not enforcing it. Like, we're not like dictating it to you, but then do it. Okay, that's what we're saying. It's a hyper-competitive market, right? Right now, I believe the number is over 2 million people in the UK are unemployed. That's a lot of people. A lot of people. And that is a lot of people that are competing for the same types of jobs, right?
And it doesn't even say how long they have been unemployed. Because
Yeah.
that plays a big part in why you'd feel desperate and why you'd
Exactly,
feel like,
exactly.
I need to make a way, and because me telling the truth or me being me with my lack of experience or whatever is not getting me anywhere. I'm not getting past the
CV tracking system.
Yeah, the CV tracking system, and I'm not getting anything back, or I'm getting something back, but it's not what I really want. Like, it's
really
hard.
competitive. It's really hard. Yeah, you might feel like hyperinflating certain achievements on your CV, hyperinflating your skill set, hyperinflating what you did on the job, just hyperinflating things and making things seem like you did more than you actually did, right? And that is a big issue. But we understand it's a hyper-competitive market, and you're trying to figure out ways to stand out. I mean, there are people I know that have been on furlough for nearly a year now. It is hard, right? Even though you're getting money, but the fact that you're not practicing your skill set, you're not getting better, it's going to affect you.
Yeah, especially if you have gaps on your employment. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, let me just
Stretch the day.
Stretch the day, put different things that I was doing in between that gap so that I can explain it. But yeah, as we're going to go into later, it's going to come back to bite you, and we don't want that. So as much as we understand how, it is a desperate situation you're in, and you do feel like you have no other way, but we're trying to show to you that you do have another way, and like lying is not going to help you.
Something called the ATS tracking system. People lie on their CV because with the ATS tracking system, how it works, a lot of companies, especially large companies, but medium to large, they have this system that when CVs get submitted, the system actually looks at keywords in their CV, and if you don't have those keywords, it kind of disqualifies you. So your CV doesn't even get in front of a human being. So a lot of people tend to just put those words in their CV. Again, they're hyperinflating, the words that the job description says they're looking for. You might not even done it before, but you put those words, experiences, those certifications, those degrees, just so you can beat the application tracking system, because that's just how it works. So that's another reason why people lie on their CV, so that they can get through the first round of the ATS and progress through for future rounds, which is, again, understandable.
Yeah, I was about to say,
desperation,
it's a great hack,
right? Yeah, it's a great,
just making sure that you're gonna get seen, you're gonna get
comes
through.
back to bite you in the butt.
That's making sure that you're gonna get through the system by putting in the keywords that the job description is looking for. Yeah, it's great. You should do that, but only if you know that you have those skills, and only if you know that you've done those certain things, or you can back it up. Because once you get through that system, okay, what are you going to say in the interview? What if it's more than one interview? It's multiple rounds. Or what if you get into the job and then you're not able to do it?
The job search process has become very impersonal. A lot of people, when they're applying for roles, they feel very, very disconnected from the business or disconnected from their employer. So
why do you think that might be? Like, what's
because of just the saturation of the job market, and the desperation that people feel is a combination of the two.
I think it's also the fact that they know that if you don't apply within the first hour or the first 24 hours of it being posted, you're not going to be seen. Or
yeah, that's another thing.
Like, if it gets through, it's not going to be in the top of the pile. Like, they don't read it, and all these things, that these preconceived conceptions of how companies search for their next role is really, as Michael said, impersonal. It's like, they don't really care.
Yeah, and also because like a lot of the time companies are looking for very specific things, and when you are not that thing, that's where the disconnect comes, and that's why you feel like you need to fill in the gaps with again just hyperinflated truths or white lies. Do you get what I mean?
It's very encouraged out there, especially in the career advice niche and stuff, that you go for things that you may not be qualified for.
Yes.
And as we're saying, like, there's so much competition. So what you feel like, oh yeah, I'm qualified to go for, is so saturated. So you think, okay, let me go for something else that I'm not quite qualified for, but I'll go for it anyways. And they encourage you to go for something that you're not quite qualified for. And then you go for it. But instead of thinking, no, let me think of my transferable skills to place on my CV so that it shows that I am qualified in other ways, you go and you take the description and say that you've done it, but you've not actually done it. So if you're going for things that you aren't qualified for, yes, there's no problem with doing that, because you could actually get the job, but make sure that you're using your transferable skills and not just fabricating what you've done in order to get that job.
So those are the reasons why someone might lie on their CV. Let's talk about the consequences, right, of lying on your CV. Sayonara, baby.
But dude,
Kiss it.
but you don't feel like you will though.
No, you will kiss your chances goodbye. You will probably never be able to work for that employer again, because just like the way you date someone and that person,
when you get found out.
When you get found out, exactly. And you will get found out, by the way. And even if you've gotten away with it for 5 years so far, you will get found out. Just think about dating someone for a while and they lie to you about something that they shouldn't have lied to you about. You don't just break up with them. You're like, black mark, never dating you ever again, and any of my friends that want to date you, not allowing that to happen. Yeah. And this guy, watch out. It's the same thing with employers, right? So you can kiss the chances goodbye. So you probably don't want to do that for any employer, right? When you get found out, even if you beat the ATS tracking system.
Yeah, I saw that on TikTok. They said you put even if you put your CV in layman's terms or whatever, all the keywords of the job description, I don't know what I'm telling them, but yeah.
No, it's important.
You take all the words and you put it at the bottom of your CV and you put the font in white. So it will go through the ATS system and it will flag it up as, this person has all the requirements that they want, but the employer doesn't see it, especially if you saved it as a PDF. There's no way for you to go and look at it or see. So yeah, it's all there, but it's not the truth really, and nobody can see it.
Yeah,
but you know it's there.
Man, people are cheating the system nowadays.
Yeah.
So, but the problem when that happens is, even if you get through, as you progress through the interview stages, the scrutiny increases, and that's what you will get found out. And then when you get found out, that ATS tracking system, we just mark you as do not hire, and that is like a black mark against you.
It does that?
Yeah, it does that. So boy, better watch out for that. Third thing, which is actually probably my favorite point, is hiring managers don't just look at your CV anymore. They will go listen. When I was a hiring manager and someone was interviewing with me, when I got their CV, you know what I did?
What?
I went on Google.
I
went on Google. Their name.
You Googled their name?
I Googled their name. I want to see everything that comes up in Google. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and we look at all of this.
But what are you trying to find?
One, if you're a crazy person, right? So if your social media profile shows you to be someone that, because there are people that are very comfortable with their social media profiles, and we made a video about this as well, what not to put on social media, and they will put crazy things on there, and you're just, do I really want to hire you? But more so, we check discrepancies, especially your LinkedIn. So if your CV doesn't match your LinkedIn, you're stretching dates to cover with the gaps, you say you did something on your CV but it's not on your LinkedIn, your job title maybe is not the same as your CV that is on your LinkedIn, we pick this up and it's vomit, no, not you. Hiring managers actually really check social media nowadays, and that's why if you haven't, Therese, you can put the little box of that thing. If you haven't seen our video on what not to put on social media, go and check it out, it's right there. And
I'd also like to point out with that one especially, I know we didn't get indirectly we got some kind of feedback on those ones about how it's your life kind of thing, especially outside of work, and the corporate world shouldn't be policing people's lives outside of work, and you're allowed to let your hair down and have fun and all that. We talk about this in the video as well, but it's
your personal brand.
Yeah,
and
it's
you're representing the company wherever you go.
Yeah, it's the fact that you're okay. If you're that comfortable in your personal life, the personal life. But the fact of the matter is, most people don't separate personal from work. If you're the party head, you're probably gonna be hungover at work the next day.
Yeah, 100%. You spend 8 hours at work. That is basically all of your day.
Yeah, so you're not gonna just switch off. You're not a robot. Those tendencies are gonna find its way into the professional.
And if you like to drink, it will come into work.
Honestly, and work has rules. We understand you like to live your life of freedom. You like to live your life where there's no parameters. It's just me. This is who I am.
Doesn't work for some
but
companies.
it's you have to understand.
Even some companies, they will, when they hire you, which is actually my next point, funny enough. So that's a nice segue. When certain companies, for example, are looking for particular people, especially for senior roles, they actually hire independent consultants to do a background check on these people. So it's almost like hiring an FBI agent to
Yeah,
find everything
yeah,
about
that's
you.
what they do for relationships.
Yeah, literally. So like companies really value the kind of people they hire. I mean, they're not going to spend those kind of resources on a junior hire, right? So this is for if you're a director, like VP, SVP, or like, you know, a partner or something like that. So if you're a really senior person,
Or if you want to get there one day.
yeah, like companies
eventually.
will do background checks on you. If you're especially in financial services, it's actually quite common that, you know, you don't have like a criminal record, you don't have like, you've not been arrested for things like fraud. Like you have, your name has to be clean. Even probably in legal industry as well, your name has to be so clean, because a lot is on the line, you know, for these companies, because they could get sued millions and millions
these are the
of
good
dollars.
companies. Like the ones that won't bother to do these things are not the companies you want to work for. They're the companies that will treat you like trash, and they don't care. And those are the ones that, because you don't want to give up your life of freedom, you don't want to give up your reckless behavior, those are the companies that you're going to have to settle for if you don't care to, you know, have some decorum and just be okay with the fact that, yeah, there's rules in the workplace, in the corporate world. And if you want to work in the corporate world and have a great career and have a great trajectory of your career, not just that here and now, then you're going to have to make some sacrifices, and that behavior, that freedom might have to go.
Exactly. So especially if you're watching this and you feel like, I'm applying for jobs, I'm not getting anything back, I'm getting desperate, you know, let me just tweak a little thing here, tweak a little thing there, and I'm going to increase my chances of success. Trust me, it is not worth it. It's not worth it. So just do the graph, build your network, go and look at our videos. Like we made a video very recently called The Art of Selling Yourself. Learn what we are teaching you. These are practical things that we're teaching you to help you to build your personal brand. So that when you're in that seat of sending your CV forward, you have truthful things to put on there.
Yeah, you're confident about who you are and the experiences that
the value that you bring.
Yeah, the experiences that you've had throughout your career journey. Yes, I know you're a young professional, you probably don't have that much experience, but we can't keep using that as an excuse anymore. Like, we have to be smart and not lie, not fabricate the truth, but literally be smart in the way that, okay, this is what I've done. Let me not use huge big words to say that I've done something else, but what I've done is actually quite good, and I've been able to do this, this and this because of what I've done and how I've helped the company's bottom line in my previous role. So this is what I'm going to be able to do for your company. These videos that we've done, like, we've given you
we've given so much.
These things so that you don't have to lie, so you don't have to be like,
you don't have to
struggle.
Or
like, and if you are feeling desperate and it is coming to your mind, oh, I just need to do this so that I can just get through the system. Like, no, like, speak to us, like, book a wild talk. Let's go through this together, because you don't have to. And it's, as we keep saying, that it's going to bite you.
Back. It will bite
like, it's not. You're gonna feel it even more. Like, the desperation you're feeling now, you're gonna feel so disappointed in yourself that you went through that.
And because your name gets about as well. So when you lie and you get fired for that, like, people, especially when you go for a recruitment agency, they're like, don't want to work with you, because what happens when you lie and that recruitment agent sends your CV and the employer screens you properly and realize, oh my god, the CV is actually a whole lie. You are not the one that gets shouted at and lose business. It's the recruiter and their company that gets shouted at and lose business. So you could be throwing someone else's, you know, reputation on the line as well when you're lying your CV, and that's really serious.
That's really deep.
So I really hope that this was helpful. I'm sure that it was. I really enjoyed talking about this topic. Sharice actually mentioned earlier, like 30 seconds ago, about Wild Talk. If you are struggling to get a job, if you are struggling to see results, book a one-to-one session with us, and we will go through your CV. We will help you prepare for interviews. We will even help you with your job search.
And with your confidence
building. With your confidence building. We'll really refine your job search and make sure that you're applying for jobs that you actually have a chance of getting. And so we will help you through that whole process. And you can see us as kind of your career coach, accountability coach, whatever. So that's really, really important. But I mentioned also earlier about building your personal brand. Now, we have given, if you look at all our videos, we are all about personal brand, and we've been teaching for the last year on how to build your personal brand. But if you want to make a continuous investment in yourself, we have our Career Climbers Collective membership group, which is just below. Just click the link below. And you can join that group for a small fee every single month, and you will get masterclasses, one-to-one mentorship sessions. You get everything that you need to build your personal brand, so that you can actually start to fill the gap between what the employer is looking for and what you don't have.
Yes, exactly. And continue to advance in your career, not just, okay, now I've got the job, but then what next?
What next?
Like, are you just gonna be alone and just try to find your feet? No, like, be with other people that are like-minded, like-minded, that want to progress in their career. And then you can all progress together. We're going to be in it. So, we're going to help you as well.
Absolutely.
So you're not going to be alone, and you're not going to be ever feeling like, oh, you need to lie away to make it, to be successful. That is not the way.
Or bend the truth. And finally, if you haven't signed up for our Best of Me event, make sure you do it. I am so excited. Like, So excited for this. It's going to be amazing. We have some of the most amazing speakers I've ever come across, teaching you all about personal branding, how to brand yourself in LinkedIn, how to, use the little money that you have to, to grow your portfolio, to start investing. We've got people talking about how to create a 6-second worthy CV. I mean, we've just got people talking about everything to do with you and to empower you with the confidence and knowledge you need to create success in life on your own terms. So if you have not bought your ticket yet, click the link below and go buy your ticket right now. So yeah, you don't want to miss the boat on that one. So it's been a pleasure speaking to you once again, and see you later. Bye.